What is up? What is up, YouTube? How y'all doing? Check it out, man. I've been looking for Nancy Grace real hard, man. This has been dropped like 11 hours ago because I've been looking for my girl Tissa Tails. Y'all help me out with Tissa Tails. Y'all know Tissa Tails, right? Everybody know her. I'm trying to get I got my Jaguar Right shirt. I'm trying to get a Tissa Tails shirt. This is Yana. I love when she say that. So y'all let me know, put a link in the description, holler at her and say the world's largest rap contest. Uncle Mike trying to find where he can buy one of your t-shirts. I need my t-shirt. Check it out, man. Diddy manifest a guilty, not guilty. Sean Combs bringing Bibles, self-help books. Bringing the Bible and self-help books. Come on, man, it should be a written law that if you're doing bad things and you know you're doing bad things, you shouldn't even go close to a church or a Bible. I mean, God dang. I guess they say the devil's sitting right on the front pew. That's what they keep saying, man. In the church, the devil sit right on the front pew. That's why I don't even go to the church. I'm sorry, man. Me and God we got a personal relationship, and it's in my bedroom. It ain't at no church. It ain't at that business. Lord have mercy. Because I don't know how to play church. You know, you got to dress a certain way, sit a certain way, and you got to preach and say, but brother so-and-so and sister so-and-so, I ain't got time for all that bull. Anyway, I mean, I don't have nothing against church. If that's your thing, that's your thing, but it ain't Uncle Mike's thing, man. It's too boring. I'd rather read the Bible and study myself, man. There's a couple of people online that's doing some tight Bible stuff, man, if you're interested. Anyway, y'all hit that subscribe button, man. Hit that bell. Uh-oh, my button. Now my button acting stupid. Let's check this bad boy out.
Guilty verdict. What Sean Combs manifesting a not guilty verdict. What does he think he can just go?
Lordy day.
And it comes true. I'm surprised he wasn't struck by a bolt of lightning. They wish, the victims, that they could manifest this thing never happened. Joining us now outside the Monaghan courthouse is Tissa Tails. Tissa, I understand that Sean Combs has been, first of all, he tried the Bible. Okay, then I guess his lawyers told him, that's not a good idea. You need to stop that right now. Reading the Bible in front of the jury. Now, if you had any history of ever going to church or reading the Bible in the past, it might not have been a bad move. But using the Bible as a prop?
Right, as a prop. It's right, that's a prop. It's funny because when people are all into God and all this stuff, they want the world to see them as holy. That's not how God works. God don't need you to show everybody, man, are you? Oh my God. One guy said to me, he said, this guy used to be in the streets doing all kinds of stuff, man. Cuss worse than a sailor. You name it, you had to hide. Dude, you had to hide your pockets from this guy. Now all of a sudden he said, how you say, yo, Mike, you ever been, do you know God? And I was like, what? You know, do you have a personal relationship with God? Or however he said, I can't remember how he said. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. I know who you are, man. You think you pulling some bullshit over on me? That's how I came at him. Man, I know you, man. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear it. Yeah, that's how I had to tell him, man. But yes, I do have a personal relationship with God. And just because I cussed, I don't mean, hey, we all sinners, baby. Anyway, let's get it.
Any history of ever going to church or reading the Bible in the past? It might not have been a bad move. But using the Bible as a prop? I'm surprised he wasn't struck by a bolt of lightning. That said, now he's got a new book he's bringing into court, The Magic of Believing. Now, if I'm right, that's all about manifesting your truth, like manifesting a not guilty. Is this real?
It is actually real. He has some sort of manifestation book, but again, with each week, at this point, I think he's going to bring in a guide to the dark arts from Hogwarts if we let him keep going. He is sliding down the walls. And the thing is, he keeps trying to bring in these props. To me, the Bible, perfect prop for him, okay? Like you said, you're about to have thunder and lightning in the courtroom. Now he's all about manifesting. He's trying to remind us of the brainwashing he gave the nation for the last 10 years and bring that in. But at this point, it's turned into a joke, which makes me believe how much is the legal team actually monitoring social media? Because this has turned into a joke. Again, what is he going to bring in? What is he going to bring in next? How to make friends and win enemies? I mean, no one really knows what's going on. So again, Diddy is trying his best to turn this into a circus, but the judge has a firm hold on the courtroom and he's letting it know this is going to be above board. So he's struggling. He's definitely struggling.
Dr. Bethany, manifesting. For those of us that aren't really familiar with that, could you explain what it is? Is it like, wish it and it comes true?
Like I dream of Jeannie? Manifesting is this idea that if you form a thought in your mind, you can materialize it in the environment. So let's say you want to be an actress, you meditate and you imagine yourself being in front of the camera, being happy, enjoying being, getting your next Oscar. And that if you can sum it up enough feelings about that event, then you can rearrange sort of what's going on in the environment to make that event happen. I mean, whether or not this is true, okay? So P. Diddy controls his victims.
Did you actually just say whether or not this is true?
Here we go.
Okay,
did you say that? Because I think you did.
Yes,
whether it's not true. How about going to school and getting a job to advance your goal? What are you?
Okay,
please tell me you don't tell your clients to manifest.
So Nancy,
sit there and wish it and it will happen.
Okay. So just like P. Diddy tries to control his victims, I think he's trying to control God. I mean, it's like he's trying to go to the universe and get his wishes met.
Bethany, please, unless we really need to drag God into this, let's please leave her out of it. Just first of all, you evaded the question. Do you tell your clients to manifest?
I do not, but many of my Beverly Hills clients come in with a goal they're trying to manifest. So I try to turn it into real life, actualization, meaning acting on their own behalf to reach the goal. Nancy.
Okay, now you're losing me. You're totally losing me in all the words. Okay, thank goodness you don't tell your clients to manifest. At the outset of Sean Combs' trial, a.k.a.
My
Diddy,
other buddy,
we saw him bringing the Bible, the Holy Bible, into court and thumbing through it. Was it a prop? Many say yes. Mm-hmm. But now, Sean Combs bringing in the magic of believing. What does he think? He can just go, and it comes true? Really?
Well,
he's going to lean a lot more than manifesting to win this case.
Listen, I think that their team is taking the dismissal of this juror very, very hard. I think that at this point, they are pretty much really having to hunker down and focus. And if Diddy needs to look at a self-help book to get there, then that's apparently what he's doing. And we also actually heard from Jane that Diddy was this incredibly religious guy who actually showed her his favorite sermons. They had some kind of playlist. They would send sermons back and forth to one another. So I'm not really surprised to see that he has this type of book on him, I guess, knowing what I've learned so far.
Lauren Conlin, I have just obtained some evidence, and it is Diddy's playlist. Why it cost to manifest your purpose, finding your fire. I bet Kid Cudi would like to hear about that. Outside of the system, headwinds, anointed alignment, no receipts, no respect, inflection point, living with fear, walking by faith, delayed gratification. Oh man, we need to bring in a whole team of shrinks from Prague. God knows when. I'm sure she does know when this verdict's going to come down. Making peace with your past. Timing is everything. When surviving isn't safe, it goes on and on. The power of fasting. He's got a nerve. This is a guy that would order his minions to go get him cheesecake at 3 o'clock in the morning. And
Wow.
daily stretch. He can use that behind bars. So his playlist, his favorite playlist, none of which he has paid any attention to, is now in evidence.
Right.
I'm a little surprised. Thoughts?
I was incredibly surprised as well because, nobody is perfect, of course, but generally when somebody has a favorite playlist relating to sermons, right, and the church, you would expect better behavior than what we're seeing, and that's an understatement, of course, Nancy.
More antics in the courtroom. We are at the Monahan Federal Courthouse bringing you the latest of today in the case against Sean Combs, a.k.a. Diddy. Straight out to Sydney Sumner, there was a surprise guest gracing the courtroom. Guess who? Listen.
I spent all the money for the commercial on these new teeth. Once again, I had to shoot it on the iPhone. Go to Yeezy.com.
That from the official Yeezy page. Okay, Sydney Sumner, what does Kanye and his $1 million titanium teeth drool have to do with Sean Combs?
Well, Nancy, Kanye West has been one of the only public supporters of Diddy throughout this thing. And it's interesting because they weren't really close before this. Sean Combs and Kanye West kind of had a falling out over Kanye's White Lives Matter t-shirt line. And they haven't really been close since then. But now that Sean Combs is behind bars, Kanye West has apparently been reaching out to his sons and offering support. And we saw that devolve from pushing Sean John merchandise on his website to selling swastika t-shirts on his website in this tirade that kind of unfolded during Super Bowl week.
Oh, yes. Let's take a look at the swastika t-shirt. Brouhaha.
Within an hour of West's Super Bowl ad airing on TV, the only item available in his shop is a $20 short-sleeve white t-shirt with a swastika on it. The shirt is named HHO1. Many believe the letters stand for Heil Hitler. Critics and fans alike are absolutely horrified. Shopify, the site's host, suspends Yeezy's account within 24 hours. The site now reading, "This shop is not available."
So Sydney Sumner joining us, Crime Stories investigative reporter on the Sean Combs trial. Sydney, how is bringing Kanye West to the trial helping anything for the defense? Wait, he did come for the defense, right? The state didn't bring him in as an ambush, did they?
No, Nancy. Kanye answered a few reporters as he walked into the courthouse saying he was just there to support Sean Combs and his children. Kanye sat in an overflow room with Christian Combs for just a few minutes, not even an hour, to just show his support for Sean Combs, apparently. But Kanye is a huge fan of drama. He creates drama nearly everywhere he goes. So a lot of people are feeling like maybe he did this for more selfish reasons than he claimed.
Wow. Dr. Bethany Marshall, can you imagine putting your own financial interest, a pecuniary interest, before that of your longtime friend? So how does it help to bring in a Hitler sympathizer for your case? How does that help anything?
Well, I guess the saying is there's no such thing as bad publicity. I think Kanye did a flyby, meaning he just wanted to be seen walking into the courtroom, being sympathetic towards P. Diddy's son, like he's like a paternal figure of some sort. and that he's supporting P. Diddy's enterprise. I mean, who knows? In his mind, he may feel that P. Diddy is going down and he'll take over his whole market in terms of selling albums or records or whatever. So, I think that we have to pick our friends carefully. I love the term frenemy, is when your friend is actually your enemy. And in this case, it's really unsure. I'm unsure what Kanye West's motivations really are.
Back to Troy Slayton joining us, veteran trial lawyer out of LA. Troy Slayton, I mean, with friends like this, why would they bring Kanye to court? A known Hitler sympathizer.
I don't think Diddy's defense team had anything to do with this. I think Kanye did this on his own because he's selling free Diddy merchandise. If I was Diddy's defense team, I'm not calling in Kanye West with his
of all people, right?
Swastikas and his Heil Hitler merchandise. Absolutely not. I think Kanye did this absolutely on his own because he's trying to sell merch. He's trying to make money off all the free publicity surrounding this trial.
Again, everyone, joining us outside the courthouse, Lauren Conlin, who is the star of Pop Crime TV on YouTube. Lauren, I want to circle back to what you said about those texts from the Combs Chief of Staff, Christina Coram. Now, I know it's more fun to talk about itty bitty Diddy and Astro Glide and baby oil bottles by the thousand, but I need to talk to you about trial strategy, which could affect the outcome of this case. We've all been wondering if or when Christina Coram, the Chief of Staff for Sean Combs, will testify. So today, we see a lot of her texts coming in through yet another assistant that has sought, immunity. A kind of a cleanup witness is describing these texts. So in these texts from Christina Coram back and forth, they are talking about booking flights for sex workers, which is illegal, transportation of individuals for prostitution purposes. That's in the indictment. Getting cash to pay off sex workers and others. Potential drug deals, all from Christina Coram's phone. Now, that's a yes, no. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Which leads me to trial strategy. Why bring in somebody that's this tight with Sean Combs, Christina Coram? Why put them on the stand and allow Combs to cross-examine her, basically testify, when you can get the same evidence in by just bringing in her texts? That's brilliant.
Right. They're not putting Christina Coram on the stand, as you said. Right. And this, we know this because the government said their case in chief is going to end most likely in 2 to 3 days. And these huge witnesses have taken weeks to testify. Now, I have my speculations here because of certain audio messages that were pulled from Christina Coram's phone that have Sean Combs' voice on them. I have a feeling she was compromised right after Cassie's lawsuit. Again, that is my speculation here, but I think that's why she's not being put on the stand as well. I think that they've gotten what they've needed from her up until this point, and perhaps that she's just not needed as this witness because of what you said, because of the defense having to go and cross-examine her and all of the things that she's done for Sean Combs throughout the years.
So when you say Christina Coram was compromised, and that could be why she's not being called as a witness for the state, what do you mean by compromised?
Well, when I say compromise, I just mean the government, the FBI, HSI got to her very early on, most likely offered her some kind of deal if she were to flip on Sean Combs. Again, that's just my speculation, though.
That's just my speculation. Suge Knight, but oh my God. There's some people, man, golly, I don't know. There's some videos I just refuse to click on, man. This is 2 of them. That's one. Anything that got to do with this dude. Anyway, Diddy, y'all, Diddy going down. That's right. Come on with the babbles and all this stuff. Diddy and his lawyers is trying to talk to the head honchos to say, yo, man, okay, you prove your point. My man said he ain't gonna do it no more. He ain't gonna try to sue the liquor companies. He not gonna. Come on, man. We need him. A lot of the big people saying they need him, and that we bigger. F him. It's like the boss. You have to get permission in order to sue the bigger bosses or something like that. We don't know. Look here. Let me get on up out of here, man. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.